So I wanted to make a video for you guys today on how exactly the mind works. And I think I have the perfect analogy here that I'm going to demonstrate for you guys as to how you control the programming of the mind and then how basically the mind functions so as to perpetuate that programming. So here I have a block of modeling clay, some gray modeling clay. I have this piece of paper and I have this ink pad. Your mind is represented by this gray block of clay here, okay? Now, let's say that you have a certain skill that you want to improve. Let's say something like public speaking. That's a very common one, right? You want to improve your public speaking, but there's something about your mind that just doesn't let you do it. You get very nervous, or you stutter, or you can't speak, you get very uncomfortable, whatever it is. All that's necessary to remedy any sort of problem like that is don't worry about the problem, right? Because the problem's in here somewhere. Maybe this is the problem here. Maybe this groove here is the problem. Maybe it's this wrinkle. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Don't try to fix the problem. Instead, just recreate on top of whatever it is that you're having difficulty with and create more and more ability on top of whatever it is that you think you have some disability on. So let's say right here, okay, so we want to improve public speaking. So this is going to represent practice, all right? So we're practicing, we're doing some speech preparation, right? So every time we practice, here, I'm gonna write this. Here's an S for speech, okay? Write this S. All right, so I practiced. There we go. So here's a little imprint on the mind, okay? Let's say we do it again. So good, I go through the practice again and I get a little bit better. So now that mark is a little bit deeper here, right? So I keep practicing and I keep pushing this idea of delivering this speech. I keep pushing it and I push it and I'm pushing it. And I make this groove really nice and deep. Okay? Now what happens? The way the mind works is that from all that practice and from all that experience, you have this imprint on the mind, which wasn't there before, due to your experiences, right? Your experiences create imprints on the mind. And this is basically what happens, is that the mind seeks to perpetuate in the physical universe whatever it is that's written on it. So we have this S that represents speeches or speech making, and we did a lot of practice with speech making. So now what the mind wants to do is recreate in the physical universe whatever it is that is imprinted on it, right? So as we move forward into the future, we're going to see that the mind continues to replicate whatever it was that was put onto it. And the important part of the analogy being that the deeper the impression, the more likely you are to see it manifest in the physical universe. All right, this piece of paper represents the physical universe. This block represents our mind, and the image on the block is whatever ideas we put into our minds. So I think that is a pretty good analogy, and it explains how easy it is to transform the mind. It's simply through repetition. Simply by doing something over and over again, you sort of impress that idea upon the mind, and then the mind takes that and tries to recreate it as best it can in the physical universe.